whatever time of day it is that you might be watching this. So, settling into my new home. Here it is, at the top of a big windy hill. And I have been unpacking and looking at all the books that I couldn't let go of. And this is one of them. It's The Science of Yoga, the Shivananda Science of Yoga. And it's called Thought Power. There's many, I think there's 18 of these. This is 17. And this was my first yoga book that I ever found, even before I practiced the physical practice. I didn't know about yoga. I didn't know about the physical practice, but I found the book first in my auntie Kathy's house. And I was living in New York City at the time and working in the fashion industry. So a very fast forward, high intensity, stressful life, plus where I'd come from. I was just kind of a lot going on in there that didn't make life too easy. So when I read this book, it was such a wow to me that I could have effect over my mind and over my experience of life. No one had ever taught me that. And so that was 20, was a lot of years ago. Math, 1993, 94 was the turning of that year. 93 is when I found the book. 94, February is when I did my first asana class. And so I just want to share a little reading with you this morning. I may stretch it out over a few classes here and share some gems from it. But I just opened to the first page last night and thought, I would share this today. So, the influence of thought. While light travels at the rate of 186,000 miles per second, thought travels in virtually no time at all. The velocity of thought is unimaginable. Thought is finer than ether, the medium of electricity. A singer sings beautiful songs in Calcutta. You can hear them clearly over the radio at your home in Delhi. Messages are also received over the radio. Similarly, your mind is like a wireless set, a saint with peace, poise, harmony, and spiritual vibrations sends out thoughts of harmony and peace. They travel with lightning speed in all directions, enter the minds of people, and produce in them similar thoughts of harmony and peace. A worldly man, on the other hand, whose mind is full of jealousy, revenge, and hatred, sends out discordant thoughts, which enter the minds of thousands and stir in them similar thoughts of hatred and discord. A thought is as solid as stone. We may cease to be, but our thoughts never die. Thought is focused and given a particular direction. In the degree that the thought is thus focused and directed, it is effective in the work it is directed to accomplish. The stronger the thought, the earlier the fructification. Each change of thought is accompanied by a subsequent change in manas, or the life force energy. Thought is subtle force. This force is supplied to us by food. If you read the dialogue between Uddalaka and Ketu in the Shandogya Upanishad, you will understand this point well. If the food is pure, then thought also becomes pure. He who has pure thoughts speaks very forcefully and produces a deep impression on the minds of listeners. They thereby influence thousands of people with their pure thoughts. A pure thought is sharper than the edge of a blade. Therefore, entertain pure and sublime thoughts always. Thoughts create the world. Thoughts develop desires and excite passion. Thoughts devising methods of destroying desires and passions will counteract the idea of satisfying them. So when a person is full of desire and passion, the contrary thoughts will help them to destroy them. Thought brings things into existence. Think of a person as a good friend, and it becomes a reality. Think of them as a foe, then also the mind perfects that thought into an actuality. Only they who know the workings of the mind and have controlled it through practice is really happy. In the thought world, also, the great law like attracts like operates. People of similar thoughts are attracted to one another. That is why we have the maxims birds of a feather flock together, or a man is known by the company he keeps. Keep a particular thought in your mind, and so long as you retain it, regardless of whether you travel over land or sea, you unceasingly attract to yourself, knowingly or unknowingly, only that whose thoughts correspond exactly to your own predominant thoughts. Thought is your private property. You are at liberty to regulate it to suit your taste by steadily recognizing your ability to do so. I'll leave it there for now. And this is why we set sankalpa or intention at the beginning of our practice. For as we awaken all this prana or life force energy, when we move and stretch and create heat in the body, this energy, as I say often, I know, will go where our mind goes or where our thoughts are going. So important to begin with intentional thought, with how we would choose to feel or to show up, to what we would choose to draw to us. So I encourage you to take these next deepening, lengthening, delicious breaths of life with intention this morning. What heart quality, what energy would you like to bring into your body mind, into your life today? And find a thought that inspires you forward, that lights you up inside, of something that you wish to cultivate, not something you want to get rid of or stop doing, but what if you did want to do those things, get rid of or stop things, what would that look like if you did? What would that look like if you realized the goal? How would that feel? And that's what we want to welcome in, that feeling, that bhav, that rasa or juice of life. And I encourage you to set this into a present tense and affirmative statement. I am. I am at ease, riding the waves of life. I am courageous creativity. I am joyful playfulness. I am curious and full of wonder. I could keep going. You make up yours. Exhaling, allowing any tension or busyness to melt away. Inhale your yes, that which you would welcome into your day, your body, mind, your life. Ujjayi, slight closure in the back of the throat. Breathing in your yes and letting it melt and wash over your body and out into the world. Continue with the long, slow, deep breaths, if you will, retouching in with that yes, your sankalpa, your intention as we go. Let's begin to add some movement here. As you inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears and give them a squeeze. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulders onto the back and pull them down. Imagine that you're just kind of milking out any tension in the shoulders here. Inhale up, squeeze onto the back together, pull down, soft jaw. And as usual, you might roll your mouth. Let's add the whole spine into that. Slide your hands to your knees. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulders on the back and reach your heart forward. As you exhale, pull your navel back and around through your spine as you curl in. Let your breath lead the movement. Chin to chest as you curl in. Open heart as you come forward. Really try to articulate each of the vertebrae all the way up into the base of the skull as you move. It's often stagnancy or long held postures or biomechanics, misalignments that are causing pain or stiffness in the body. And so it's fluidity. It's continuing to move and change that will change it. Oh, there it is again, the yoga, and how that's the same in the brain. If we continue to have these thoughts, I can't, I'm not, I don't, about the world or life, then they will continue to cause us suffering. And when we experiment and play with new thoughts that are exactly the opposite, I am, I want, I do, and focus on our yes, life starts to shine with that yes a little more. Things become a little easier. Let's come back to center and go into the side body and the side of the neck in this way first. Bring the hands down alongside of you and press into your fingertips. Lift your spine tall. Inhale here, and as you exhale, reach the right ear to the right shoulder and very strongly press down into those left fingers. Scooting. Big inhale as you reach through that connection of jaw, neck, and shoulder. Maybe you can imagine, again, using the power of your mind to flow the energy, the stuck energy, the tension down through the arm as you gently nod your head towards that shoulder, chin towards your shoulder, crown of the head towards the right knee, soft jaw, let it hang, maybe make some noise. Ah. And then let's reach that chin all the way to that shoulder and then across body. Left ear heavy to the left shoulder, press strongly through the right fingers. Rooting down through those right fingers, breathe deep and full into the right side neck. Inhale through the nose and soft jaw, soft tongue. Notice how this side is different. Again, breath very deep and full in the nose, out the mouth, and jaw soft. And play with a little nod of your head. Dipping the chin towards that right shoulder, crown of the head towards the floor or towards the left knee. And then really reach the chin towards that shoulder as you continue to be active through those fingers and roll chin towards center. Come back to your first side and extend that left arm up and reach through your fingers, stretch the arm out. And here, let's take a little more of a roll. Roll looking behind you, roll the thumb towards the earth, thumb towards the sky, and back behind you. And just play there. Go very slow and investigate. Where is the sticky spot for you? And just lean into that a bit and back out of that a bit. And slide into that right hand, possibly into your right forearm, and reach that left arm up and over. Press into that left sit bone and create as much lateral energy or side body energy on that left side as you can. Inhale and breathe, reaching sit bone to fingertips. Stay right there. Or inhale, open, face, chest, arm to the sky. Big arm vinyasa. Heavy bottom ears. You roll through. Inhale it open. Rolling through. One more time. And then let that hand pull you back up. Inhale tall. And second side. Reach through that right arm and hand up off the floor now. Spread those fingers out. Active muscular energy. And then roll through the hand and the head as inspired. Again, going slowly, not automatic here, not just full rotations, but where's that edge for you? Where is it a little sticky? Soft jaws, you play with this. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Breathe and repeat your intention. Your yes, I am. And then pull that right hand up and over as you slide into the left hand or maybe forearm and reach from your sit bone through your fingertips. Big, big side body breath. Roll those bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. Lift your heart. Draw the breath down into the bottom tip of that lung. Stay there as you like, or inhale, open arm, face chest. Exhale as you reach away, heavy bottom ears, soft jaw. Let your breath lead. Four more. Inhaling to open, exhaling to swoop on through. You're welcome to join. And last time swooping through, we'll let that bring us back up. And let's inhale, both arms up and kind of wiggle up out of the waist there like you're plucking stars. Yep, I have one shoulder going crunk, 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 crunk. So thank you for your shoulder request today. And let's bring the hands together. Press into your palms to crown of the head, awakening. Third eye center, seeing clearly. Mouth speaking truth. Heart steady, present. Press into the palms and work your shoulders wide. Let your thumbs rest on your chest. Feel that isometric action of strong hands, creating nice wide opening in the shoulders. Ears in line with the shoulders. Breathe and repeat your yes. And may all of the efforts and energy of this practice nourish that highest good for yourself, for those around you, and may it ripple out. May all beings benefit. May all beings be joyous and free and safe from harm. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your yes, again letting the thumbs rest on the chest. Let's breathe 3 rounds of Om, vibrating heart center. Big inhale, interlace your fingers, and as you exhale, press the palms forward and pull your navel back and round through your spine. Follow your next inhale and press the palms up to the sky and wiggle up out of your waist. Inhale there again as you exhale, turn the face down and side bend. Inhale, press to the sky. Exhale, side bend to other side. Turn the face down to look at the ground. Follow your breath once more to each side. Take your time. Once you're even on both sides, flip the hands back around, first finger up, Kali Mudra, and squish your head with your shoulders and upper arms. Inhale, 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 squeeze, and exhale. Release down, and a nice fluid roll out of neck, shoulders, and mouth. Wow, wow, wow. All right, dear ones, let's take our block with us. I think we're also going to use a strap later. So if you want to grab a strap now, that's great. And definitely have a block if you can, or a firm pillow, or a rolled yoga mat, or a tightly rolled blanket, or some such thing. And we're going to come to lie on our back. Just have your block off to the side for now. I'll just do the gentle warm ups into the back body first. All right. As you come to lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. And let's first just breathe into back body. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Feel your spine and breathe into your spine, your Sushumna Nadi, the central channel of your body. Imagining, if you will, into all of the veins that, or nadis, that move out from that center into the whole body, getting information from the body, sending out information to the body. And so, this book that we began with today, The Science of Thought, is also speaking of how our thought affects our whole bodies, all of our organs, and everything, because we are vibration, yoga says, and now science says too. And so imagining that whatever vibrations, whatever actions you send out, the breath, the circulation, your thoughts, your words, that all of these things are affecting all of your organs, everything, all connected, interconnected. And same with us, right? All that we're thinking and doing is affecting all those around us, like other organs of the great body of humanity and the earth, and on and on. Breathing into the wonder of these connections, if you will, this morning. And let's keep the knees bent and just bring them right over the hips and heels straight out from the knees. We'll come into a little bit of core work here. Interlace the hands behind the head. And for this one, we are going to hug the head with the elbows and curl up as far as you can. Inhale there, and as you exhale, pull the knees towards one of your elbows as far as you can, curling your sacrum up. Hold 3, pull the navel back. Inhale, open, back to center, back to the earth. And again, we're going to go nice and slow at first here and exhale and just curl your head and shoulders up as far as you can, pulling the navel back. Inhale there, and as you exhale, reach one of your elbows as far as you can past the opposite thigh, and the sacrum curls up and hold three, navel back. Inhale, open back to center. We're going to do that again to each side for 3 breaths. So curling in twice again each side. Rotate. Inhale and open. Exhale, curl and rotate. You can do that more at the same time now. Once again, each side. Inhale and open, legs to the sky. And just let the head and shoulders rest back a moment. And let's draw some circles with your ankles. So you're drawing circles with your toes on the ceiling. And switch directions. And then squeeze your legs together, hug them together strong, strong, strong. Active feet, spread the toes out. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your sacrum, lift your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower the right leg and bring your right hand to your left shin and press resist. Hand into shin, shin into hand, navel back. Inhale, open, back to center, rest the head as needed. Active legs, squeeze, squeeze them together. And follow your exhale to lift shoulders and sacrum. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower that left leg about halfway, left hand to your right shin, press resist for 3. We're going to do that twice again each side. Try to keep the sacrum up. You can lower the leg as low as you can without lifting sacrum up. One more set. Nice job, everyone. Oh, alive in the center today. And let's bring your block so the short, narrow end is facing you and bring that between your upper inner thighs. Squeeze strongly onto your block and bring your elbows alongside your body, elbows bent, fingers facing the sky, palms facing each other. Strongly press into your elbows and squeeze your shoulders onto the back. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Keep the arms very active and spin your block down to the ground. Squeeze onto the block and spin it down to the ground as you lift your hips up, lower back, middle back, upper back. Lift your chest, lift your chin, and breathe. Deep, full breaths. Lifting up with your inhale, and as you exhale, ripple down. Again, we'll go nice and fluid in the spine before we hold this. Let your breath lead. Inhale, rooting to rise, ripple it up, and exhale, melt it on back down to the earth. 3 more breaths. Breathe and repeat your yes. Imagine into what you're doing, sending that information from your mind, from your heart, from your spine out into your body. All of your circulation vibrating richly with your yes, I am. One more time, come on back up. And at the top, we're going to interlace the hands, squeeze the palms together, shoulders on the back. Again, squeeze onto your block and make like you're trying to spin it down towards the earth. Lengthen your tailbone like you're going to plug it into your block and lift your heart, lift your chin. Root back body strong to open front body bright. Deep full breaths here, maybe simply breathful, rich with your mantra, out loud with your mantra if you like, or just ahs vibrating the heart. Open jaw, open throat. 3 rounds of ah. Try to really vibrate that jewel of your heart clean and bright. One more. Inhale, body bright. Exhale, ripple it on down to the earth and put your block aside for a moment. Step your feet as wide as your mat, and we'll just go fluid and wash that out. And with the feet wide, knees side to side. Inhale, reach through knees and fingers. Exhale, knees back through center. Inhale, knees to the other side. Reach through knees and fingers. Big side body breath. Exhale, transition. Let your breath lead side to side. Give a little pressure down into your hips with your muscular energy as you roll through. So you get a nice massage into the gluteus medius, etc. there, but especially that big old muscles where I feel that. With the feet as wide as your mat, both knees to the right, right ankle over your left thigh. Draw that leg down. Inhale and stretch it out. And exhale, go ahead and pick that leg up. Interlace the hands behind that left thigh. Pull back. Right elbow eases right thigh away. Top foot active. Ankle straight and strong to protect the knee. And soft jaw here as we breathe into the hips. It's a little chilly here today, so I'm inviting us to stoke our centers and create some internal heat, shining brightly your yes through your body mind. So please stay with that stretchiness if you'd prefer. Otherwise, a bit of core here, hands interlaced behind the head. Again, yes. And as you exhale, pull the navel back, pull that bottom knee back, sacrum up, and shoulder blades up. Try not to pull the head at all. Keep the elbows wide on this one, shoulders on the back. Inhale, open. Inhale your yes. Stay with that or extend that bottom leg up. Walk up the leg, curl into it, draw it towards you. And it's a pretty big move for this close, but maybe drawing that leg overhead. Stay with any of that, or last 4 breaths or so, I want to invite you to bridge variation with the ankle over the knee. Coming back to your bridge, squeeze your glutes a bit, reach out through the knees. So really open that top knee wide. Last big inhale, lift it up. Exhale, ripple it down. Step the feet wide, knees bent. Inhale, knees to the side or reach through your arms. Exhale and back through center. You know the way. And stay with that side to side as long as you like, or with the feet wide, knees bent, both knees to your opposite side, left side for most of you. Left ankle over that right thigh, draw down. Inhale and stretch it out. You can stay with that longer if that's right for you, or pick up that bottom thigh. Interlace the hands behind that thigh and ease the top leg away with your left elbow or top elbow. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. As usual, all your sounds are welcome and encouraged. Vibrates your body. Let the mouth be soft to give permission to the brain and the hip to let go. Stay with that as inspired, or once again, maybe adding the core to that. Very active top foot. Keep that ankle straight and strong. Interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale. And as you exhale, navel back, strong core, sacrum and shoulders up. Follow your breath. Stay with that, or again, return to stretchy, extending that bottom leg up, walking up over the top ankle, curling into it, maybe drawing it overhead. And slowly roll out as inspired and bridge on up with this variation. Reach through tailbone and knees, lift through chest and chin, squeeze and breathe your body bright. Big inhale, open to sky, and as you exhale, rippling back down to the earth. Keep your feet as they are. We're going to come into a bigger side body and hip thing. So we're just going to roll on over to the side. So that back leg is on top. So for most of you, left leg, but do either side that's right for you so that you can see what's going on here. And bottom hand a little forward of your shoulder. Let that shoulder shrug up, and then left elbow or top leg elbow to that thigh. And just kind of kicking it here in this nice little pose, adding more side body stretch. Press that top thigh away, shoulders shrugged up strongly, and we rotate face chest to the ground. And rotate a bit, looking behind you or to the sky. Play with it, few more breaths. And you can stay with that yummy little stretch there if you want to go big here, about 5 more breaths. Very active feet, your top foot standing about mid thigh. And first, we're going to scoop that bottom shoulder blade down the back, lift your heart. Bottom fingers are spread wide, claw the earth, keep the heart lifted. Inhale as you exhale, press into your feet and press into that top thigh. Rotate face chest to the ground, squeeze the breath out. That bottom hip can dip down a bit there. Next inhale, push into your feet, lift your hips up and reach that top arm long overhead. That's your inhale. As you exhale, pressing into top thigh, spiral in, dip the bottom hip down, looking down. Your breath leads. We're going 4 more. And then reach through that top arm and pivot around into downward dog. Spread those fingers, claw the earth, pull back from the navel, strong, strong core, relax your neck. Maybe wag your tail a bit there, bend and straighten your knees, bicycling your legs, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to walk my dog into a circle here to set up for second side. Do that as you need to. When you're ready, come on down to your second side body. Excuse me. And let's stand your top foot, mid thigh bow to the bottom leg. Press that top elbow into the thigh. Really, the bottom hand is low forward of the shoulder. Really let that shoulder shrug up. Press into that top thigh and rotate. Face chest to the ground. Exhaling. As you inhale, rotating, looking back or up to the sky. Play with it. A few more breaths. Please stay with that if that's right for you. Or scoop your top shoulder down, lift your heart. Active feet and push into your feet and lift up. As you press into that thigh, exhale and pull your navel back. Let the hip dip down, spiral deeply, emptying the breath out. And as you're ready, inhale and push into your feet. Lift the hips and reach that top arm up. Big side body breath. Follow your breath. Exhale, press and spiral in. Inhale, lift and lengthen out. Couple more. One more time, lift up, reach that top arm up and over, and pivot back into downward dog. We are going to move on to our belly and use our block in a moment there. So if you spy your block, reach out and get it, or make sure you can, and make your way slow and steady down to your belly. All right, I got warm enough to lose the sweater. I always feel a little Mr. Rogers moment when I'm taking my sweater off during class. All right. I should sing. Next time I'll sing. Okay, we're going to bring the block same way between the upper inner thighs, but lying on the belly. So we're going to be supporting a lot of core here to help work our back bends in a safe and efficient way. We end up being able to go into deeper back bend with less pain or discomfort. Maybe you'll find that. Let's first start very easy with Sphinx, and you can always return to Sphinx. Elbows under shoulders, hands straight out from the elbows, and pull on the earth, shoulder blades down the back. Squeeze onto your block and push into sacrum and pubic bone. Feel how just that kicks a lot of core strength in and maybe wants to inspire the spine to lengthen or to lift higher. Squeeze shoulders on the back. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. A couple more breaths in Sphinx. Always, you're welcome to pulse in and out of poses or just hold them. What's best for you day to day, moment to moment could be different. And drag yourself forward now. Lift the elbows and lengthen the spine forward. Slide your hands back under the shoulders. Keep squeezing onto your block, hugging the legs in. Leg muscles and core muscles are very strong here. Now, often I will say that when we're coming up into Cobra, it's more of a lift from the core, lengthening and a lift. And I don't want you to think about pushing so much. Today, when we've got all this core strength going, and just because I want to invite you to actually do some Cobra push ups here. So we're going to lengthen forward and down. Think about using that arm strength to drag forward, shoulders on the back, and open up and to drag forward and lower down. So feeling into the work of your arms to widen the shoulders, the work of that squeeze onto the block to keep the core engaged, and maybe provide a little more lift than you're used to having in Cobra. With your breath, we're going to go about 5 more. Options, of course, you could just hold the pose. Lift the navel as you come up. Again, really using that core strength to support the opening. Looks really great, too. Last 2. Inhale, open, and exhale. Let's move on back into child's pose. You can remove your block on the way back. Excuse me. Press your hips back, arms extended forward. Push into your hands, lengthen your spine, and wag your tail a bit there. Give your hips a little wiggle. Breathe into the back body. And let's take a couple counter poses here, playing with from child's pose into rabbit. Turn your toes under and reach on back for your heels. Tuck your chin and come to the crown of your head while holding your heels or ankles, whatever's available to you today. Hold heels or ankles and lift hips. Tuck your chin so you're right on the crown of the head above the ears. So you're tractioning your spine here. You're tractioning between the shoulders. Deep, full breaths.
And then release your hips back to your heels and interlace your hands on your sacrum. Squeeze the palms together, keep a little bend in your elbows, and lift the hands to the sky, lift the hips back up. You might walk the knees back so they're directly under your hips. Again, keep that little bend in the elbows, work the scapula together, and the hands up overhead towards the floor. Here you could play with little side to side or wiggle or squeeze, lift, and let go, melt. Few more breaths. Keep the toes under or return them, toe pads on the floor, and pull back from that clasp of your hands to roll on up and stand on your knees. Please pad the knees if you need to. Put a blanket or some such thing under the knees and get your block back. I'm going to go for that again, core support, hugging strongly onto the block. Press your hips down and lift and lengthen out of the waist. You can keep your hands on the sacrum there and press your sacrum forward as you lift and lengthen up out of the hips and waist, elbows and shoulders back. Stay here, breathful, come out as you need to, maybe even returning little counter pose. You could pulse in and out of this as you like. Keep spinning your block back. So hug onto it. Really imagine you're spinning it back. Notice as the hips go forward, of course, the block wants to spin forward. Let's try to keep that moving back. Lengthen out, lengthen out. Stay where you are, or arms. Inhale, right arm up and back. You could land that arm back where it came from. You could take a few more arm vinyasa here, or with the back toes under, maybe you reach for the heel. If that's very easy, you can release the back toes. And second side, left arm up, long front body line. Stretch it out and flow it back with the breath. Again, maybe more arm vinyasa there, maybe returning the hand to the sacrum to support the lengthening of the low back here. Engage the core, lift your navel, squeeze shoulders on the back, and breathe your heart and face right to the sky. Repeat your yes here. Here you could have the chin tucked to your chest, or maybe you could squeeze the shoulders together so much they make like a little breast for your head, so you're not closing the back of the neck, but arching it. I like to stretch out the jaw here as well and bring the bottom teeth over the top teeth. Inhale. As you exhale, pull up from the core and come back up. We're going to take pause to sit on or between the heels or onto your block. So figure out what's right for you there, on or between the heels or on your block, tailbone down, spine long. Just feel until all that energy just awakened there in your body, and breathe and repeat it, directing it to your intention, to your yes. Sorry about the sound. Getting used to these things. So hung, hung sa. I am. And take your time. Come on up. We're going to go one more time. We'll lead with the opposite side this time. Squeeze onto that block. Spin your thighs back. Lengthen tailbone down. Lift the navel. Press into hips or sacrum. Moving the hips forward. Lifting the heart. Elbows and shoulders on the back. Big full breaths. Again, maybe your toes are under to bring the heels a little closer. Hug that block and spiral. As inspired, leading with the opposite arm first. And again, flowing that or landing that as inspired. And then second side, long front body line, strong core.
Land your hands to your heels or wherever's right for you. Use your grounding point to squeeze shoulders, puff up the chest, engage the core, lengthen your spine, breathe and repeat your yes. Inhale, open body bright. Exhale, strong core. Lift up. Maybe keep hold of your block now as you bring the hands to the earth, toes under and lift up and back, down dog. Again, strongly squeeze your block and spin it back. So that's an inner spiral for your thighs to widen around the sacrum and bring space into the area that we were just squeezing. So always playing with that spanda or the pulsation between contraction, expansion to create more fluidity, more circulation. Deep, full breaths in down dog. Now, really feel into that block and how it helps you to engage core, strong legs, the spin of the thighs back, and try to keep those actions or that body memory as you remove the block, put it off to the side. Let's step the big toes to touch now and use that core strength, draw back. Active legs. And we'll play a little twisty dog dance here, if you will. So bend the knees and pivot, knees and toes to one side, hips to the others. Bend the knees deep, pull your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, pivot through center. Bend the knees and pull back, strong core. Inhale, lengthen out center. Exhale, pivot and twist. And the next time you pivot back to your first side, push on through the feet and lengthen the legs out, Valshastasana or side plank pose. You want that bottom hand again a little forward of the shoulder and scoop that shoulder blade down, lift your heart. You're welcome, of course, to have the bottom shin down or the top foot as a kickstand. You could be on the bottom forearm as needed. Find the shape that's right for you. Scoop the shoulder blades, lengthen tail, lift the heart. Deep full breaths here. Or here, you're welcome to pick up that top knee. And then everyone see about picking up that top knee. Step it behind the bottom knee and squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Let the head and the arm fall back. Breathe your wild thing. Please stay with that, or as you inhale, stretch it out. As you exhale, pick that back knee up and bring the foot forward between the hands. Rest your now back knee down, pat it as you need to, and go ahead and rest on that front thigh. You might walk the hands back as you really give the weight of your chest and shoulder to that front thigh. Let the neck relax, head heavy, and feel that connection of the spine, the neck, to the hip flexor. Big breaths into the hip flexor and soft jaw, soft tongue. Letting go breaths. Couple more here. Stay connected to the front thigh as much as you can as you draw back into an extension. Stretch your hips back, straighten the front leg, and drag that heel back without moving it. But there's lots of muscular action. You're plugging that hip in, and good morning, hamstrings. And you could pulse in and out of that lunge, mellow there, and extension. Or in the extension, swivel on that heel, hip side to side. And breathe the awakening in your legs. Stay with that as you like, or I'm going to invite you into a gentle twist. And that is coming on forward into your lunge. Lift the back knee, squeeze the inner thighs together, and stretch that front hip back, fingers forward, squeeze inner thighs, open, face chest to the sky, and reach back, bottom ear heavy to the shoulder, and roll on through. Welcoming your yes, your intention, full body breath, open heart, and follow any exhale, hands or forearms down inside that front leg. Lizard lunge. Big breaths here in the nose, out the mouth. Back knee could be up or down. You could pulse in and out of it, or just hold steady at your edge, bowing into yourself. Deep, full breaths, soft jaw, letting go breaths. And last breath or two there. Next, inhale onto your hands, back knee up, squeeze strong to your core, and then open that front leg out to the side, steady and strong back into plank pose. And move through vinyasa, or if you prefer, just back to downward dog. And take your time making your way to down dog. I'm going to walk my dog again in a circle, and hands out in front of you, fingers spread wide, claw the earth, pull back from the core. And let's step the big toes to touch. Long spine, strong core, relax the neck. Inhale and lengthen out. Exhale as you pivot and twist. Knees side to side. And next time you roll to your second side, find your way into Vashisthasana. Bottom hand forward of the shoulder. Scoop that shoulder blade down, lift your heart, lengthen out. Again, please modify as inspired. Bottom shin down, top foot down, forearm, whatever's right for you. Steady here. Shoulders on the back, lift your heart. Stay there, or maybe you're picking that top knee up. Maybe step that top foot behind the bottom knee. Squeeze your glutes, lift hips and heart, let your head and arm fall back. And a few big breaths in Wild Thing. Or, you know where we're going. We're going to mellow this out in a moment. Big inhale. Follow any exhale to pull that back knee strong into the core, slowly rotating back to hands and foot between the hands. Melt the back knee down. Rest your chest on that front thigh. Let your head hang. Soft jaw as you bow into yourself, walking the arms back. Relax your neck. Really give the weight of your torso to that front thigh and bend into the knees as much as you can. The front knee, giving your hips to the earth, heavy head, soft neck, letting go breaths. Please stay connected to that front thigh as much as you can. You can walk the hands back forward and stretch that front leg as straight as you can. And again, maybe you're pulsing in and out of that lunge, extension,
Maybe at the back there, spread those right toes out or your front toes out and drag that heel back without moving it. Use that drag and get a little pivot on your heel there, swing of your hips, and breathe into the alternation between all your sets of hamstrings. Please stay with that as you like, or come back into the lunge. Back knee up or down, gentle twist. Pull the feet towards one another. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And keep pulling that front hip back as you reach the fingers forward. Long, long side body breath. And as inspired, open. Top hand, face chest to the sky. Scoop the bottom shoulder blade down the back. And maybe arm vinyasa again here. Remember, you can let that neck go. Get that nice neck shoulder connection. Stay with that as inspired, or follow your exhale to hands or forearms inside that front leg. Back knee up or down, lizard lunge. Keep a little hug to the core there so there's muscular action and we're not just dropping into this, but we hug and then melt into it. Leaning into the edge with deep, full breaths in the nose, out your mouth. Breathe and repeat your yes. Feel into those vibrations, the aliveness in your body. Stay there as inspired, or come up onto the hands, back knee up, toes under, squeeze to the core, and open that front leg slow and steady out to the side, core, and plank pose. Move through your lost vinyasa here, or just come back to down dog or child's pose. And long spine, drawing back from hips and core in down dog. Bend the elbows slightly, scoop them towards one another, wrap the shoulders away. Inhale and lengthen there. And keep that going. Scoop the elbows towards one another, wrap the shoulders away from each other, and slowly bend the knees as you begin to lower elbows, wrapping shoulders, strong core, pull back gently, softly, slowly, maybe trembling, landing into child's pose. Press your hips back again, wiggle a bit, wag your tail, and then roll. Hands to sky, palms up, thumbs opening towards the earth. Breathe your thoracic spine. Please stay with that, or bring the palms together and bend into your elbows. Walk the elbows forward, stretch long through your triceps, and reach your heart to the earth. Simply breathful here, or again, I want to invite you into intentional vibration. So you are welcome to take any sound, vibration, or just deep, full breaths. I want to invite you into Brahmari, or bee's breath, vibrating your yes like sweet honey through your mind, dripping down through your spine, rippling out through your body. May your whole body, mind, your whole life know the bliss of your yes to life, of how you would choose to show up, what you would choose to celebrate, no matter what. 3 rounds of bees breath in child's or any shape that's right for you. Vibrating, exhale, empty. Inhale your yes. To add to it, lift pelvic floor, tongue and eyes lightly towards third eye center. And slowly unwind. And yogi's choice, roll on up into any comfortable seat or all the way through to lying on your back. Taking pause in a comfortable shape. As you come to pause, notice the energy that's alive for you right now. Use your breath and awareness to gather that all up and draw it in to your heart, connecting to your heart's intention, to your yes. Imagine that soaking in, sinking in, and listen as you breathe here. Are there any other last moves or shapes that your body wants to make before we're complete with practice today? Rest in breathful awareness or move with that very same breathful awareness, receiving and letting go. Mind. Mind is the subtle form of the physical body. The physical body is the outward manifestation of thoughts. So when the mind is wrought, the body is wrought also. WROUGHT, that kind of rot. So, as a man or being of rough or unbecoming appearance, generally cannot invoke love and mercy in others. So, a being possessing an unrefined mind cannot invoke love and mercy in anybody. The mind conspicuously reflects its numerous states on the face, which a man of intelligence can easily read. Fear, anxiety, grief, cheerfulness, hilarity, anger, all these produce their various impressions on the face. The body follows the mind. If the mind thinks of falling from a height, the body prepares itself immediately, and external signs are visible. The eyes betray our thoughts.
The eyes represent the windows of the soul and bespeak the condition and state of the mind. A telegraphic instrument in the eyes transmits messages of thoughts of treachery, depression, gloom, hatred, cheerfulness, peace, harmony, health, strength, and beauty to others. Notice your thoughts and how they're showing up in your body, on your face, in your relationships, in your actions and interactions. Are you able to stay curious in the challenging situations? Can we remember our natural state of wonder as we open to the challenges of life, and thereby keeping attracting more wondrous things rather than more challenging things? Or at least the kind of challenges that we wouldn't choose. How would you choose to show up no matter what happens or doesn't? Breathe and repeat that yes. Let your body be a finely tuned instrument of your yes to life that attracts and magnifies that resonance within others, within the world. May you thrive in great health and great joy. Breathing in, I am love. Breathing out, may all beings remember the love that they are. Breathing in, I am joy. Breathing out, may all beings remember their innate joy. Breathing in, I have freedom of mind, of thought, of self expression. Breathing out, may all beings have freedom of mind, thought, and self expression. Breathing in, I am awakening to the interconnectedness of myself and all beings. Breathing out, may all beings awaken to the interconnectedness of all beings. Please stay resting in any final resting shape or meditation as you're able, or when you're ready. Deepen and lengthen your breath and let that be what leads you back through your day. Deep, full breaths, rich with your yes to life. The light in me sees and honors that light in each of you. Namaste, beautiful humans. Namaste. Namago. Bye. Thank you for practicing. Thanks for joining me. Find me online for more or to ask any questions and connect. Hope your day is really magical.